All right, let's dive in. Today we're going to talk about a feature in C++ that seriously feels like a superpower. It's all about making your code way faster and more efficient, especially when you're wrestling with huge chunks of data. So let's see how C++ pulls this off. You ever wonder about this? I mean, think about a massive video game level loading up, or a program sifting through millions of data points. If the computer had to make a brand new copy of all that data every single time some little piece of code needed to look at it, everything would just grind to a halt. So what's the secret sauce? Well, it really just boils down to a collaboration problem. Imagine you're all working on a giant blueprint. The slow, inefficient way would be to run to the photocopier for every single person who needs to make a change. It's a waste of time, a waste of paper, and a nightmare to manage. The smart way? Everybody works on the one master copy. It's fast, it's clean, and C++ has a really clever way of doing exactly that with its data. And this brings us right to the solution, something that's baked right into C++. When we're talking about big collections of data, like arrays, there is one golden rule that makes all of this efficiency possible. This is really the secret. See, in C++, if you give a function a simple thing, like a single number, it gets a copy. But arrays get special treatment. They follow this one simple, incredibly powerful rule that just changes the whole game. And that rule is built around a concept called pass-by-reference. Now that sounds fancy, but it's a really simple idea. Instead of handing a function a copy of your data, you just give it the location, the address of the original. The function then goes and works directly on that master copy we were talking about. And here it is. This is the single most important thing to take away from this whole explainer. In C++, arrays are automatically passed by reference. You don't have to do anything special to make it happen. It's just how the language works. It's designed from the ground up to be smart and efficient with big data right out of the box. And you can see here just how simple it is in the real world. In our main program, we've got our array. When we want a function like display to do something with it, we just pass it the array. That's it. No special symbols, no weird syntax. C++ just handles the whole pass-by-reference thing for you, totally behind the scenes. Okay, so a simple list of numbers is one thing, but what about more complex data structures? Like a spreadsheet or a game board or an image. For that, we use 2D arrays, and they add their own little twist to this rule. So we might picture a 2D array as a neat grid with rows and columns, but in the computer's memory, it's really just one long, continuous line of data. C++ lays out the first row, and then right at the end of it, it tacks on the second row, and so on. They call this row major order, and understanding this is the absolute key to working with 2D arrays. And this explains why there's a special little syntax rule. When you pass a 2D array to a function, you can leave the number of rows empty, but you have to specify the size of the columns. Why? Because the compiler needs that column number to do the math. If it knows each row has, say, 4 items, it knows the second row starts 4 spots after the first one began. Without that column size, it would have no idea where one row ends and the next begins. It would be completely lost. So let's look at this in action. Say we have a function to add up all the numbers in a grid. When we create that function, we have to tell it how many columns our grid has. Then, when we actually use it, we just pass our original grid straight in. Because of pass-by-reference, the function gets instant, efficient access to our entire data grid without making a single copy. Okay, so we can look at data and we can add it up efficiently. That's cool. But what happens when a function needs to actually change the data? This is where pass-by-reference goes from being useful to being a total game changer. Let's see it in action and build a tool to sort our data. So picture this. We've got this list of numbers and it's a total mess, completely out of order. Our goal is to get them arranged from smallest to largest. Now, instead of cluttering up our main program with all the sorting logic, we can build a clean, dedicated, reusable sorter function. Before we even look at a line of code, let's just talk through the logic. We're going to use a simple method called bubble sort. Think of it like a little machine that makes multiple passes over our data. On each pass, it just looks at 2 numbers right next to each other. Are they in the wrong order? Swap them. It keeps doing this over and over, and the bigger numbers start to bubble up to the end. It keeps going until it can make a full pass without a single swap. At that point, we know the list is perfectly sorted. And here's what that logic looks like as C++ code. Don't worry too much about the exact lines here. What's important is that we've now built a reusable tool. This function is a self-contained sorting machine that we can point at any integer array we want, just by passing that array to it. And this is the punchline. When we passed our messy array to our sorting function, it wasn't working on a photocopy. It was working directly on the original master blueprint. Every single swap it made was changing our actual data. So when the function finished, our original array, back in the main program, was perfectly sorted. No copying, no returning new values, just pure, efficient, in-place modification. That's the superpower. And that just leaves us with one final thought. We built a sorting machine, but what other kinds of machines could we build? How about a function to find the biggest value, or one to search for a specific number, or maybe one to reverse the whole list? Once you really grasp that your functions can work directly and efficiently on your master data, the possibilities for creating powerful, reusable code are truly endless.